All right, we're here. Oh, I have to turn my camera on. That would help. Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good night, good everything. Oh, is this my, oh, look at me. Gotta make sure it looks professional. There we go. Gotta hide the microphone. Hello everyone. I'm distraught this morning because I had a bug mess up my coffee. I had to make a new coffee. Messed me all up. It looked like my dude relieved himself in my coffee. Pretty sure that's what that was. Hey John, your videos help me to stay calm. My city just got hit by a magnitude 7. Oh no! I hope y'all are doing okay. Oh, there go Javier. I already know about you, Javier. I saw your. I'm gonna delete half of your photo. Shout out for Minnesota in the house, Guatemala in the house. Got the UK. Got all the folks, all the people. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good myself. I just got back from the beach with my family for my wife's birthday. We all got sunburned, so I hurt. It like itches everywhere. It hurts. It hurts so much. So yeah, I'm here. I'm tired. Once you have kids like going on trips, it's not really vacation anymore. It's fun, it's awesome, you love doing it, but it's not the same. It's not like, yeah, I went to the beach to hang out and have a great time. It's like, no, I went to the beach with kids. Always miss the windows to submit. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Ellis Photography, thank you so much for that super chat. Get a coffee for your wife and yourself. Thank you so much. I got it. She likes the ones with a lot of milk in them and sugar. The sweet ones. I'm on my anniversary vacay. I'm visiting Augusta, Georgia. Nice. That's awesome. But yeah, let's go over the rules again today so we all know what's going down. I'm editing y'all's photos that you've already submitted. As you already know, there's no submissions during the live stream. If there were any JPEGs submitted, those got deleted. I am sorry. Can't really edit the JPEG, so you know, we do what we can. But yeah, I'm gonna be going through all the photos and editing as I can. Oh goodness. Ta-da! We got some really good submissions this time too. Some really, really just awesome stuff. Oh, let me adjust my camera real quick. I had moved it earlier. I think I need to point it this way some more. Like that, maybe. Maybe that's what we need. Is that what we needed? Yeah, that works a little bit better. This is for Javier with the, yeah, well, one of these days we're gonna end up doing a Javier stream where it's just his photos and that's it. The way he be submitting photos. Here's my last wedding. Mine's early on. Yeah. That's awesome. We in the first set of photos. Hello, John. Will the replay live stream since I have to leave for work? Yes, it will be on the YouTube page still, just online there for everyone to see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it because, oh, another thing I forgot to tell y'all, I have a client meeting at 3. So I am on a time limit this time. I can't just be streaming, hanging out. So around 2:45 or something of that sort, I'm gonna have to jump off and do my client meeting because those take precedent. I will say it was excellent strategy because now we all know his name. True. Oh, where's my info at? There we go. Raph. What Fuji we got here? Good old XT3. So one of the biggest things here, and I always talk about it, we really got to look at how we're editing our photos. Because I get a lot of people who will use the preset and just say they don't like it. But I feel like they're not using the preset. They're just, you know, throwing the preset on it and then being like, it doesn't look good. It's like, but you have to work with the preset to edit the photo, not just edit the photo and then say it doesn't look good. That's like the biggest part of it. There's too much of that, just like, hey, I put the preset on there and I didn't like it. Well, did you edit the photo? The preset by itself isn't supposed to fix your photo. Here was our before and after. This looks like a studio shot. I'm assuming there was like a strobe or like a big softbox on the right here. Is this the same photographer? I'm assuming so. I like that purple here in the back. Oh, here goes a case of needing to turn up our highlights a bit. Purple? That's not purple. John, you know what color that is. Okay, I didn't want to get too magenta happy too early on in the stream. That's also another big thing about the preset too. So, I don't know if y'all saw when I first applied it, but since the highlights are turned all the way down, if you're working with like a flash heavy photo, you can see it like, you see that doesn't look good. And I could just turn it up, but you can tell that the highlights have been adjusted. So you need to make sure the highlights look kind of natural since it's coming from artificial light. Whereas like it works if it's natural light. Very commercial. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is not with the XT3? Are we switching cameras? Oh, that's a 50S. What was this? That was also XT3, okay. You know, I've never seen the raw files of the 50S. It's 50 megapixels, right? What, 100? Oh, G45 to 100. F4. It looks like there was some camera shake, I'm assuming. That 1/25th of a second. Kind of low. But I guess that's sync speed, right? Because this was with flash. I'm just waiting to see how bad my photos are gonna be roasted. I'll try my best not to roast them too hard. Yeah, this is, I need the highlights to come back to a normal stage. Then we'll expose. Pull those shadows up a little bit. That light on her forehead's kind of hot comparative to like the rest of her skin. I wonder if I think I can pull this off and make it look half decent. So I'm not gonna go in here and do all the frequency separation. I tend to not do all that. But sometimes I'll use Lightroom to clean photos up a little bit. Which again, people swear that it's not possible in Lightroom, but it definitely is. You can use Lightroom to do some retouching. It's just very different than using Photoshop, which people tend to not know that. They'll just assume that Lightroom's no good and be like, you can't use Lightroom for that. I have action saved in Photoshop. It does pretty much automatically with a brush. Nice. Yeah, I tend to never really. It's only in more rare cases where I feel like maybe I might need to. I'll come in and clean up stuff a little bit. For the most part, though, I like to leave people's faces how they are. I feel like sometimes photographers get a little bit too happy with touching people's faces up, and then they don't even look natural no more. Gotta get me a Mac Studio. If I did not get this M1 Max MacBook Pro, I definitely would have gotten the Studio. Like, no questions, I would have gotten it. Has anyone else used the healing brush in this way inside of Lightroom? Because I know that's a big thing I feel like I run into, is a lot of photographers being intimidated about also needing to edit, but they don't really want to learn Photoshop. Like, obviously Photoshop is going to be the best way to do this, but like, it's possible in Lightroom. And then what we can do is we can we'll do some skin smoothing. So we'll turn the clarity down, turn the texture down, not too much. We'll turn down the sharpness, and I need my overlay. I need a better trackpad for my mouse. Something about the Magic Mouse and the trackpad I'm currently using, I can't draw straight lines. And it's super, actually I'm about to switch mice because I don't really need. Yeah. There we go. Hi John, so glad hey, Amanda's back in the stream. I only lose Lightroom for all my edits. Edit mainly Lightroom. Okay, so everyone knows. Minor retouching, yeah. I've got the MacBook Pro 16 Max and Mac Studio Ultra. Honestly, for most things, performance is about the same, except for video output. Huh. That's interesting, actually. There. Okay, let's see if it looks bad. Did I? Yeah, it's too much. It's way too much. That's a little better. That works. Where's our before and after? It's a little, the smoothing is a little. It's still a little too much. Let me. There we go. Sri Lanka's in the house. Welcome to the stream. I do Lightroom for everything. I should probably venture into Photoshop. Yeah, it definitely is worth it to learn Photoshop. I'm not knocking Photoshop like, oh yeah, no one needs it, but I think it's good for photographers to know and understand that they can do some of what they want to do in Lightroom only, because a lot of times they get intimidated up front that they have to learn Photoshop. You know, you can get to Photoshop when you need to, but like to start out, if you just need to touch up someone's face a little bit, like I just did, like you can totally do that inside of Lightroom, and it's good enough. See if we can straighten this out. For anyone who's using EVFs, or excuse me, like mirrorless cameras, make sure to try and turn on your level inside of the camera, because it helps out a lot when taking photos, making sure that everything is actually straight. Oh no, is that inside the camera? What's the best way to learn Photoshop? YouTube, books, classes, pretty much everything. I would definitely say there's a bunch of stuff on YouTube, but you really kind of need to know what you're trying to do. If you don't know what you're trying to do inside of Lightroom, or excuse me, inside of Photoshop, then it makes it hard, because there's a lot you can do inside of Photoshop. So you really need to know like what you're trying to do and what your goal is. Because if you're just searching online for stuff, it's just gonna be too much information. I'm lazy in editing. I use Imagine AI. Hey John, have you ever tried just using selective color in Photoshop to only edit your photos? Selected, you mean like making the photo black and white and then having only one color? Yep, the requests are closed in Dropbox. This is a cool photo. I like this a lot, actually. This is like a postcard. Oh, this is GFX? Which camera is this? Another 50S. Nice. So I think I'm gonna pull these shadows down. I'm gonna raise this exposure a tad, and then we're going to select the sky. Oops. There we go. And we're gonna pull that sky back down just a little bit. You know what, maybe we will use this. I'm trying to keep the exposure. It's a little hot. I think C1 is a good compromise between Lightroom and Photoshop. True. It's kind of like both of them at the same time without being overwhelmed. How do you troubleshoot bluish photos? So that's mainly going to be all inside of your white balance. I don't think we have an example of a blue photo. I mean, I guess these would be. But so the first thing you should always do as a photographer is be paying attention to what's happening to your photos while you're taking them. If your photos start out bluish when you're taking them, then it's your camera's white balance. So it's the camera like thinking that it needs to make the photo blue like that, which it doesn't need to. So you want to shoot in Kelvin for that and tell the camera what would be the correct colors. And as much as everyone says like that doesn't make a difference for raw photos, it kind of does. There's something, I don't know if I'm just crazy, but I swear like when you have to white balance a photo all the way back to correct colors, it just doesn't it doesn't look right. Reset the crop. Yo, what is with this crop thing? Why, where, how, why? How? I don't know about this crop thing. Javier just knew too. I'm like, this is kind of a tight crop. I guess I gotta get used to it. Hello, John. Could you explain your flow when sending the photos to your couples? How many they select for editing? What do you do with all the photos? Oh man, that's a long answer. The cool part is part of the answer is I am releasing a course on editing in Lightroom, and it's kind of like a starter's guide from beginning to end of importing your photos all the way through to exporting them and delivering them. So most of that question will be answered that way. I feel like this might be better black and white. But one thing I can say up front is I don't let my couples choose the photos. I choose the photos for them. Letting your couples choose the photo, it's cool and it can be a great process, but it's going to take forever. Even when I let couples pick their photos for their album, it usually takes forever. So just to like make it a better process, I just choose the best photos. Half the time too, as a photographer, you're gonna know what are good photos anyway. So that's not really a problem. What do y'all think? Color, black and white? Do you do minis? I've never done minis actually. I think that 9:16 crop is the new evolution because of Instagram stories and reels. Interesting. Wow, that green. I can't hate though. My school's color was pink. And it was just like, it was almost like the same kind of green, but pink. her teeth out a little bit. So usually if I'm going to whiten teeth, I pretty much just drop the saturation some. And not too much, because you want it to look natural. You don't want it to look like, wow, they photoshopped her teeth. You just want it to be like, let me just not have your teeth look as yellow as they do. Just a little bit. So I suck the saturation out because it keeps the tones the same, but then it makes it more white, obviously, because there's no saturation at all. Thought about doing website reviews again on live? Yes, I'll definitely probably do that again. Look at how much the green changed. And this is again what I was talking about with using the preset. It's a starting point. So like if this photo is heavily green like that and you wanted to change it, you could just come in here and change the hue a little bit. You know, like you have that control. It's not supposed to edit the photo for you. Cute photo. This seems like one of those things where you're gonna want to get rid of the like that helicopter is just I don't know, get rid of it. It's like distracting. It's just kind of there for no reason. John Branch disciple. MX3S. You talking about mice? I think that's what I'm using actually. Yeah, that's what I got. The thing is, so I usually use the magic mouse because you can slide your finger left and right, so it makes scrolling around really nice. I don't really, like, yeah, I know there's a side scroll, but I don't know, I don't like it as much. Wow, yo, Lightroom is so good. So we're raising the shadows on them just a tad, so they're not so backlit and in shadows. Raise the overall exposure of the photo. And then I want to select the sky as well. And we'll pull those down just a little bit. Just to give them some more body. Turn up the clarity a bit. Overall, I think this looks fine. There goes the before and after. Yeah, it just like, look at it. It's like the first thing you see because it's such a wide photo. You're like, wow, how nice. Oh, look, a helicopter. You know, like, it's so much better. If anything, maybe I can warm it up. I like my cool edits. Yeah, and warm it up just a little bit. It was a little too cool. Crop the helicopter in my edit. Yeah, I like how wide the photo is. I almost want to crop a little bit, but I talk about this before, like when you start out and you're new in photography, I feel like you always shoot close because you get stuck in the bokeh effect, as I call it, where everyone's just like, wow, bokeh is like the coolest thing, because you never were able to do it before. So it's like the entry level photographer. But once you get away from that, you start realizing, and especially if you're shooting people or like weddings, you start realizing that the context makes the photo more. And then you start shooting wider, and it just changes the whole feel of everything. And then the only time you shoot close, there's more of a reason and a purpose for it. Hey, love your photos. How do young photographers approach photo redundancy when one photo is 40 megapixels? What is the best process to save space? A big thing is just practicing to like, oh no, at least Lightroom saw the lines. Practicing taking your time and having intention in your shots. One thing I do to help me with that is shooting film. Go out and do a couple sessions with film only, and it really will change the way you approach everything. it helps a lot. This is a gorgeous shot. This is definitely black and white. Color is cool and all, but this needs to be black and white. Yeah. What do y'all think? Color, black and white? I did black and white. Yeah. Well, it's because like you have all this contrast. You have the light, dark coming through. You have the shadows here. It's just so much more environmental. This song again. What is this song? I don't know why I don't like that song. The high contrast, yeah, it's definitely it needs to be black and white. Color just kind of, it loses its purpose. It's kind of like they're just standing there like, hello. I love how many Fuji shots we have coming through here. Song makes you feel like you're running. But yeah, for not taking so many photos, just be intentional. Like, know what you want to shoot. That's something I feel like comes with time, and it's something that I got used to myself, and I'm getting better at even still till this day. But I feel like when you start out, you just be taking photos. Like, you have an idea of what you're taking, you have an idea of why you're taking it, but you're also worried that you're not taking something right. So because of that, you just take a bunch of photos. So you're like, yay, I took all these photos. Versus being like, I know exactly the shot I want to get, so I'm going to get it. And then I take, 3 or 4 just in case. But for the most part, I'm like, I already know what I'm getting. This is a great shot. This is the GF. I love that lens so much. The 81.7. Look at that. Look at that background. Shot at 2.8. Yes, stopping down just a little bit. Is this the GF50 again? Yeah, 50S. Nice. Why you don't have? I have a Facebook page. Yeah, 81.7, so good. Look at this. Ooh. Yeah, again, if you're using flash, turn those highlights up. That's a big tip for the preset. Oh yeah, I can see the cropping now. I keep clicking the wrong stuff. I don't know how to use the computer no more. This could probably be cropped. Maybe like that. Yeah, these are great. Oh, yo, is that my shit? Ah, sunburn. Yeah, great commercial photos. This is like a magazine piece. It looks like it's lit by just a single. Oh yeah, you can see the softbox here in this one. Here in the back. Yeah, I guess if anything, I feel like only other photographers would know, but that's one of those things where like maybe you have to crop it a little bit. Like that or something. Just so other photographers won't rag on you. I can see your softbox in the mirror and the glass in the back. Vietnam in the house, welcome to the stream. Have you ever wondered to go to fine art instead of wedding? Not really. I don't know, I have a hard time because like while I'm a photographer, like I don't know, I've never really considered myself like a photographer. Like I got into photography, I do pretty well at it. I'm not the best, you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty good. Like I'm just being real with myself, you know? I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. So I've never really thought about doing like fine art or anything of that sort. Let's select the subject. Yo, Lightroom is on it. Pull these shadows up on them a bit. Oh, too much. That works. Anytime I have something with columns and stuff like this as well, I always feel like black and white works. Is this crop fine? Yeah. There's our before and after. And if y'all watch the process too, like the white balance was a whole part of that. I didn't just lay the preset on it, I had to white balance everything. Because these look so, you're the best. Ever shot an African themed wedding before? I've done a couple of African weddings. Not too many though, like 3 or 4. I would love to do fine art, but I'm broke. I mean, there's that too. What's your go-to lenses during weddings? I generally use 4. I only shoot prime. As you know, all of the lenses I use are for crop sensor, but the focal lengths are usually 16, 23, 33, and 50. What's the best way to correctly white balance? You gotta pay attention to the skin tones. It's really an eye type of thing. It's nothing that you can just like immediately learn. You kind of have to teach yourself as you're looking at the photo. And all of our eyes see color differently, but you really gotta pay attention to the skin tones. Like for me, this photo is a little too green. So we add some magenta, not too much though, and it needs to be warmed up some. You know what though? I like the background being cool, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna cool down the photo and then we're gonna warm up the couple. And see, again, there's little things like that you have to pay attention to as well, but it's always based on skin tone. You need your skin tones to look correct. I actually might turn the magenta down on them a little bit. But yeah, white balance is probably one of those things. It's a little bit hard to get a decent handle on it at first. Hey man, will you be switching to the XH2S? Probably not. I've thought about it long and hard, but I don't really shoot enough video to justify it. It's a great camera though. And really, I've been on the fence for a while, but as far as what I do for video, the X-T4 is more than enough for me. So for now, I'm gonna just sit back and not bother. It's stupid, I got gnats in my room. Stupid little bugs that like to fly in your ears and sit on your face and just chill. Not a fan. So yeah, this is another great white balance example. Hold on, first we need to select them and they're backlit. So we're gonna pull those shadows up on them. Then we can drop that exposure back down a little bit. But yeah, you see their skin to like, everything just looks too blue. So warmth is what I need to add. And you just start getting used to knowing like, okay, this is too this or it's too that. Oh my God, these bugs. They're like tiny too, so you can feel them just like, it's Stop. Here's our before and after. Warm it up a little bit. Been a while. We saw any of your uploads. Where have you been, bro? Oh yeah, man. I don't know if I got burnt out or what, but it's been a lot. YouTube has been a lot for me recently, so kind of behind, honestly. And I need to do my full wedding. I have a full wedding day video I've been working on forever, but I've been behind. So I haven't had a chance to edit it and finish it up. What's your take on using Fuji for videography work compared to Sony? So I've never actually used the Sony, but I do know Sony's tend to be a little bit better as far as autofocus. The XH2S though, however, kind of changes that whole, because it's pretty good. Overall, I really like Fujifilm. Obviously I'm biased, but I like it a lot. Also too, like I've never used Sony for video work, so I can't directly speak to that too much. I like to, and that's the biggest thing, when I give like honest opinions about stuff, it's always going to be based off of like, have you used it before? And if I haven't used it before, I can't really give you an opinion because I haven't used it, you know? Do you ever change your profiles when editing color grading? No. Wow, yo, that cloud came through here. Have you ever done family photo shoot? I mean, like parents? Yeah, I used to do family stuff. I just don't, it's not really like what I'm looking to do that often, so I don't advertise it anymore. But sometimes if someone gets in touch with me and they're looking for family photos, I'll do that for them. Hold on, let me situate my light. And then watch, I'm gonna situate this light so that I'm not sitting in darkness and then the cloud's gonna leave and it's gonna be overexposed. That's how it works. Is this the GF again? Yeah. GF 50. Oh, it looks so good. I ain't had to do anything. Great photo. It's lit well. Everything about it is good. You're at the 80. Yeah, 80's so good, y'all. Oh, just look at it. Just look at that 80, 1.7. What made you decide to use a crop sensor over 35 mil? Nothing in particular. I ended up finding Fujifilm cameras and I liked them a lot. I never really fell into the hype of like full frame is better. And again, like my photography career got better actually when I switched to using the GFX, or not, excuse me, when I switched to Fujifilm. So like, again, it had nothing to do with crop sensor or not. Switching to Fujifilm in itself made a difference for me personally. And that's the biggest thing. It's like shooting and what helps you to shoot is what makes the difference. Not just, you know, like, oh, if I get full frame, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna be a great photographer. I think I like this as a black and white better. I mean, they're both pretty equally as good. I don't know, I like the black and white makes it kind of moody. Are you by yourself, you guys team? It's just me so far. I have a VA who helps me out with some stuff as far as like emails and things, but it's pretty much just me. I'm in love with the quality of these photos. Yeah, especially, so this is with the medium format GFX. So yeah, the GFX system is really good. I'm a fan. Uh-oh. Oh, we missed the focus. Oh no, it's a cute shot. Is it supposed to look like that? Y'all know what you do when you miss the focus, right? Black and white. There, now it's artistic. Woo. Oh look, it has that crop again. That's intentional. I mean, it's a black and white and you add some grain to it. I mean, it's a good photo. It's unfortunate that the focus was missed. Hit it with a Dutch tilt. I can't with a Dutch tilt. It's not a bug, it's a feature. As intended. I've noticed with my Nikon, I mean, that was a Fujifilm. That was the 56 f1.2. Which camera was this? XT20. This was just a missed focus though. It was a great shot, but missed focus. Put a logo. Yeah, I mean, true. Oh, we got a JPEG. Sorry. Sorry. No JPEGs. No JPEGs. Delete it. What XT30. I was just using my XT30 the other day. One of my favorite cameras. So see, that was warm. Yeah, with white balance, you just have to kind of get used to what a photo needs. Because that was definitely warmth. Her skin just looked devoid of life. I'm a huge fan of your work. Thank you for all the tips and tricks. You're welcome. Thank you for letting me know. This might work as a black and white. I don't know what happened to her back. I'm scratching her back up. Great shot. Gotta straighten it though. There's our before and after. Way better as black and white. Yeah, I liked it better as a black and white. This one also might work as a black and white as well. Yeah, get kind of moody with the shadows and stuff. I'm a fan of your work. Thank you. So glad I find your page. Ready to learn. Yeah, let's go. Got Olympus in the house. Representing Olympus. Is this edited already? Maybe they shot it with a gel on the flash. I'm like stuck between, I like want to warm it up, but not too much. Hi John, that's my photo you're editing. This is from the first ever wedding I shot with my Olympus. Nice. Thanks for all your content, extremely valuable. Yeah. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, this is a great shot. That's awesome this is your first wedding. I hope it went well for you. I know sometimes it can be kind of like daunting, depending. I know I kind of jumped in without any knowledge. What is this reflection? How cool. This may be black and white. We'll see. Cause yeah, it works as color, but I think it might pop off more black and white. What do y'all think? Color? Black and white? The only Olympus picture I've ever seen. Photos out of that Sigma 30. Yeah, good old Sigma art lenses. So good. Micro Four Third. I mean, again, people be hating. Oh no, it's not full frame. You can't shoot weddings. Not true. Good photos is what you need. And that's all you need. Understanding your cameras. That's what you need. Look at those little baby toes. Baby toes. This is a great shot. For a more documentary feel, black and white would work for it, but we're gonna do it in color. Oh my God, these bugs. Yeah, if you want like a documentary feel, black and white would be the way. Great shot. This is my pic, took it in Bali. Awesome. Yeah, it looks great. I love the shot. Such a good shot. So happy. Such a good shot. What y'all think? Black and white color? Micro Four Third works for wedding, very capable. Yeah, I mean, again, as long as you understand your camera and you know your camera's limits, like the sensor size doesn't matter. You as the photographer need to understand light, you know your camera's limits, know how to work with it, and that's pretty much it. Everyone, oh, gotta shoot full frame. No, you don't. You don't. What I love now is the fact that like crop sensors are starting to get so good that whole full frame argument is kind of pointless at this point. And whenever Fuji drops this, the X-H2 with the 40 megapixel, I'm telling you, the way that Fuji glass already is and having a 40 megapixel crop sensor, it's a wrap. There no more, oh, full frame. It won't matter no more. Like, it pretty much doesn't matter anymore now. But people take forever to like switch to anything. That's honestly, that's the biggest problem. Is people take forever to switch. Like, so y'all know I bought a Tesla a while ago, right? And like every time we ever have to talk to anyone about it, they're like, huh? What's it like when you take a trip? Can you even do it? People are just so like They're like, oh, there's no way. There's no way. I take long trips with it all the time. And it's not even that bad. Like, it really isn't. Oh, doesn't it take forever to charge? No, it doesn't. Whoa, does it? It's the same kind of argument with full frame. Like, yes, when cameras first went digital, full frame was better. But like, even then, you could still pull off stuff with crop sensors. It's just the cameras just weren't as good back then. That's just what it was. Now though, they're fine. They work just fine. And since they've been concentrating on crop sensors, especially like Fujifilm, like, there's no argument anymore. Fujifilm was like, we're gonna make crop sensors and we're gonna make them good. So their crop sensors are just as good, if not better, than full frame. Tesla be rocking with these gas prices. I mean, it's helpful. One reason I went full frame because I literally wanted a bigger camera. And see, yeah, and that's fine. Like, again, that's the real thing. My whole gripe with everyone talking about full frame is the fact that people act like you have to. I have a problem when anything is presented to me in a have, like there's no other options. If you're gonna present something to me as it has to be, I need to know the pros and cons. Don't just tell me you need a full frame. And it's like, but why? Because it's better. But why? Like, I need to know the pros and the cons and like a realistic view of this, not just, oh, full frame is better. That's what you need for weddings. And that's how it is. Anyone who is teaching weddings and the gear to use for weddings, that's how they teach it. They're just like, yeah, full frame, you need it. That doesn't help. And so then you have all these people who didn't really know photography, but like, that's how they learned it. They were just like, well, full frame. And then they grow up after a while and then they start teaching people, oh, this was like Blue Hour. There's barely any saving this as far as white balance is concerned. Is that a 2 flash setup? 3? It looked like 2, right? You get the flash behind them, and then I'm guessing another flash here on the right coming across like that. You see the shadows here on the end coming off. So yeah, I think it's 2 flash. Yeah, when you get photos that are this dark, especially when you're working with Blue Hour, that's another one of those black and white. Just go ahead and black and white it. That's why I went XT20 and not an A7 II. I'm using Canon 100D and X85 Fuji. I was told that full frame was a must until I borrowed one and learned I was fine without it. Yeah, exactly. Again, everyone says that, but they just be saying it. There's no like real reason. They just be saying it because that's what they've heard. And it's like, no, it's fine. You can do these things. Half the time, the people who say you have to have full frame, they don't even know why either. They give all these reasons that are just so like, well, it's better because there's more megapixels so you can print bigger photos. Crop sensor has enough megapixels that's good enough for photos. Unless you're printing like an 80 by 40, something crazy like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're fine. Like, oh, better low light. Also, too, again, it's rare that you're in low light without a flash, so the flash helps you out. So I know they're talking about focusing and stuff like that, but I don't know. I can't. I say use any camera you want to. Figure out the pros and cons and learn your camera. And when you know the camera, then you don't really have to worry about, you know, which one's the best. You just need to use the camera you have. Tribal mindset and change is hard. Yeah, it really is. Change is the hardest. Also, too, there's always misinformation about all kinds of stuff. Again, like I was talking about with the car, it's just like people run around and like, it takes forever to charge. It's like, no, it really doesn't. Oh, but on a road trip, it takes forever to charge. It's not like gas. Usually on a road trip, you're gonna go to a gas station, you're gonna go use the bathroom, maybe you get some snacks, and you've done 15 minutes right there, 20 minutes. And that's all you need to charge on a trip. So it's the same thing with full frame. Like, people are still sitting there, oh, full frame, I got the best full frame Canon camera. Crop sensors are on it right now. And again, when Fuji drops that 40 megapixel XH2S, I'm trying to use that thing. I bet you money it's gonna be crazy. All you need is a decent camera. The only thing you should have is dual cards. So yeah, dual card slots is definitely one of those things that makes more sense. Full frame is just like, oh yay, full frame. Okay. So we're coming up on Javier's photos. Now I know I edited some of these before because I remember this. So we're gonna get rid of these two because I know I edited them last time. Because Javier over here dropping me whole wedding album. I think I edited this one too, but we'll do it again. Let's go. We're gonna just do it now. So select the subject. Look at Lightroom. Oh, it missed some of the girls here on the. We'll have to add. What is this? It just like. What did I just do? Yeah, I figured you forgot which ones you added, so like I wasn't mad or anything. What am I doing? Oops. What'd I do? What's happening? I'm so lost. Select subject. We want to add because Lightroom missed this side over here. And if we're gonna adjust people, we need to adjust them all together. We'll raise these shadows on them just a bit. And now we'll plop that preset on there. A bit of magenta. Raise the shadows a bit more. I think it needs to be warmed up just a tad. Yeah, it feels good. Just wanted to hop in and say thanks for all the work you put into these videos. Thank you so much. I think it needs more magenta. Oh wait, I saw it this time. The crop, I saw it. I was like, this shot's kind of tight. Well, yeah, because the crop. Hey John, did you ever find a replacement for your NAR box? I did not, and I am still sad about that, and I'm still. Yeah, I forgot. I haven't thought about the NAR box in a while. I'm a little bummed about that whole situation. And it's unfortunate too. It was a cool product. I really liked it. It's sad from like a YouTuber perspective. Like, I hate the fact that I was endorsing this thing and now the whole company is just like, I don't even know what they're doing. But you know, I legitimately liked it. But just the way that people look at YouTube, they're like, he was just, they were paying him, so no, I liked it. I used it. I used it all the time. I'm literally distraught, and it breaks my whole workflow now that it doesn't work. You know, like, it really messes me up. Yeah, but I knew it. The moment they stopped their affiliate program, I got an email. It was like a while ago. I got an email. They were like, yeah, the affiliate program's closed. And I was like, whoa. They about to close down. I already know it. Unfortunate. Javier should start FedExing SD cards. Hey John, did you ever find? Oh yeah, I just read that. Crop is a safety net. I mean, that's a good safety net to have, honestly. Because I still do it myself, where you like end up cropping a photo out by accident. And it's like, dang, I only needed this much more space and my photo wouldn't have been messed up. By the way, that's an A7 IV. Nice. Is the crop set in the camera? In camera? How cool. Yeah, no, it's a, honestly, I almost want to just tell photographers to do that all the time. Because when you miss the crop, it just like ruins the photo. This is cool. It's a little tight. I feel like I want more context. Look at that. Oh. It's at f8. Why is this not sharp? Is that camera shake? There's no way. I guess just missed focus. I'm so lost. How's that off? Huh. Oh, maybe the focus is down here? Where's the focus? Where's the focus? This might work as a black and white. I'm gonna leave it like that though. Someone just submitted a Drake. Plus refract, yeah, missed focus and refraction. Camera shake and refraction. I guess it was a long lens, wasn't it? Yeah, 170 millimeters. That's crazy. There's still camera shake even at 640, but I guess it's 170. Next submission. So usually the live streams happen at the end of a month. So like the last Friday in a month. And submissions are usually like a week or so before the live stream. I don't leave them open for super long because I can't be sitting here editing for like 20 hours. So, you know, I do as best I can, but you know, I have to live my life too. Do 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 do. But yeah, the live streams are usually always at the same time. I try to do the last Friday of the month. Cute shot. Okay, I guess that's straight. This is another Olympus? Got Olympus coming through. By the way, love your work. From Wayne, the Caribbean, Jamaica. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for hanging out. Cute shot. What focal length is this? 17. Wow. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense because that's why his arm looks all big like that. That's real close for a for 17 mil. I feel like this shot would work as a black and white. Yeah. What y'all think? Black and white? Color? Thank you for everything you share. You simply rock. Thank you so much. Portugal in the house. What program or software are you using to have this split screen share? So I'm using a couple of different things. So this camera, this is my X-T3. It's actually what I use for weddings. And I'm using the Camlink by Elgato. So the Camlink 4K is what's bringing my camera feed in. Then I use a program called OBS, and that's capturing my screen. So, and it also allows me to take my camera feed and line it up the way that you're seeing it. OBS is a cool program, it's free too. Beautiful shot. Is that straight? I guess they're on the hill. This right here feels straight to me. And then we'll center them up a bit. And I like more sky than I like floor. I don't know why. What's happening here? Magenta is needed. Warm it up a tad. Exposure is good, but that sky is a little hot. So we'll... Oh, you can do a mount? Yo! Pull that sky down a little bit. I like to add clarity because it makes it a little bit more crunchy. I don't want it to be underexposed too much though, because if you pull the exposure down too much, it doesn't feel natural anymore. Yeah. If anything, I can drop the shadows and then I'll raise the shadows on them. Not too much though. Yeah, so there's our before and after. You said Camlink and OBS. That is correct. Is it a little too blue? It's definitely super blue. Very blue. I guess I could white balance the sky a little if I wanted to. I'm gonna leave it like that though. Same location, same wedding, great shot. I feel like I would have almost wanted a walking shot more so though. Oh, y'all see it. Do y'all see it? Y'all see it? Magenta. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's too much magenta, too much warmth. I've come to find I like just a bride in their dress. A lot of times those photos, I like them in black and white better. Oh, nice. I didn't realize this was Javier. If these shoes weren't so red, I'd black and white this, but it kind of loses its purpose. Oh yeah, my preset changes the way red looks, so this is another one of those cases where like if you needed this to be really red, you have to come into the hue and make sure you like make it red again. So y'all see how I changed that? Because my reds tend to lean towards orange. So you'll just have to adjust. And I have to do that every now and then. Like when I do a Chinese wedding, you know, they wear a lot of red. So for that, I have to go in and change the hues a little bit. Because if not, it like defeats the whole purpose. I mean, yeah, look at the hue of the red here. See how it's way over by the orange? Cool shot. Crop reset. Oh, see, I didn't even notice. Boom. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. This also needs to be warmed up. That's a sneaker promo. Nice. Are we allowed to submit more than 2 pictures? Generally I like to keep it at 2, just so I don't have too many photos. Every now and then people will submit a little bit more. You know, I don't. You know, I'll let it slide a little bit unless you put in like 50 photos. But also too, if you put in a bunch of photos, I tend to blow through them pretty quickly. So that I can get to other people's stuff. Nice. See, if this is, it's for clothing, so like you can't really black and white it, but I think it looks cool with black and white. 16 mil, super wide. Nice. Cute shot. Oh, nope, nope, Lightroom, that's too much. That's pretty much it right there. Again, if your white balance is good in camera, the preset pretty much just lays right over it. Awesome shot. This may work better as a black and white. Yeah, I feel like black and white's gonna. Yeah. It gives it almost like a postcard, like an old school postcard feel. Oh, nice. Keep my shadows low, bring these highlights up because we want a silhouette. Let's see if we can select the sky. Let's bring that back down. And we'll raise the exposure again a little bit more. Bring those shadows down. And if anything, since we had selected the sky, we could always bring up the warmth to bring out that orange. Oh, no, wait, that's not what I wanted. Wow, it makes everything too. Oh my goodness. We'll keep it like that. It'll probably work as a black and white as well, just because it's a silhouette shot. Like, those always work as black and white. Was that Thaddeus earlier talking about having his photos be roasted? I can't remember. I feel like it was though. Huge fan of your work. Greetings from Colombia. Awesome. Yeah, cause like this photo, there's no context. I don't know what's happening. Like obviously I can get that it's a reception and they're kissing, but you can't see it enough. So it's kind of like there's not much happening. Got a cool dog shot. Give it a bit of white balance there, looks good. What I missed, I'm late. Just a little bit of photo editing. I think I did this shot before. We'll skip this one for now. Oh, cool. Is this like an artist shot? It's a good shot. There's our before and after. Hoping my picks were selected. Yeah, so far I haven't chosen any of my like favorite shots from the stream yet. I tend to do that towards the end. But I'm making pretty good time. I'm actually surprised at how quickly I'm getting through these photos. Usually it takes me forever. Nice. What happened to his shirt? The smaller parts aren't so bad, but some of these bigger ones are just like... This stuff you can't really see. Gotta warm it up some. Pull up those shadows a bit. Is this also cropped? No. There's our before and after. I've been having so much fun with the Natural Fills preset in Lightroom. Awesome, glad to hear it. Do you use frequency separation in Lightroom? If so, how? No, so you can't do frequency separation in Lightroom. It's not a thing inside of Lightroom. Usually I'll just come in and do healing brush stuff. I did it earlier on a photo. I'm not sure if you were here, but this photo, if you look at the before and after, I just used the healing tool. Hold on, yeah, you can see it kind of there. I removed some, so it's not the same as frequency separation, but it's something. It's better than nothing. Cool shot. I like the composition on this one. Gotta pull up the highlights so those lights look right. It's looking like it's too warm of a photo. Yeah. Here's our before and after. It probably works as like a black and white too, but I'm not gonna black and white it this time. I use Lightroom CC and have my presets on there. If I switch to Lightroom Classic, yeah, you can transfer them back and forth between each one. It's a tricky one to edit. Yeah, the white balance is kind of all over the place. I like it around here though. Oh, nice. Got some flash on this one. The other two look like they were natural light. Yeah, this looked like a cool little set. Wow, look at the difference Flash makes. Almost like a totally different photo. Great shot. Have you used Luminar AI to help? I have not actually. So I used Luminar in the past before they went to AI. But I haven't used it since. I think the last time I used it was when they first introduced the AI sky, where you could like redo the sky. But other than that, I haven't used it in forever. Here goes Javier again. Gonna get that crop in there. Great shot. Is it straight? That green suit goes hard too. That's almost like my groom with the orange. I get that magenta in there, get them oranges looking right. There's our before and after. Yeah, I was to straighten this photo out, I was looking at the background here. I don't know what Lightroom thought made it straight, but oh yeah, the sidewalk too, you can kind of tell. Wow. Looks like, yeah. Got the focus in there. For once, too much magenta. Oh no, wait, somewhere in there. Warm it up, pull them shadows up. The white balance is rough on this because she's so much in shadow comparative to the background. Wedding album for the bride. What is your best advice on where to make it? So I personally use Red Tree albums. I'm a big fan. They pretty much only sell albums to actual photographers, but the quality of the albums are really nice. I use your preset for C1 free version. Is there any way to reduce the grain? I shot at 160. Yeah, there's grain in the preset, so you can just turn down the grain in the grain settings. It's a part of the program. Like being able to add or take away grain is a part of it. I like grainy photos, but if you want a photo without grain, yeah, you can just go in there and edit it out. Cute photo. There's our before and after. Didn't answer my question. Let's see. I use Sony A7 IV with Tamron. Now I want to get one prime lens for portrait. Which one would you? Either a 30 or no, excuse me. Either a 50 or an 85. 50 is kind of a nice middle ground. That's where I started when I first was taking photos. 50 mil was like my go-to. I love that dress. It's a dope dress, goes hard. Yeah, get yourself a 50 mil and start there. 85s are cool, but they're like, you gotta know how to. 85s are very different, I feel like. There's something about the lighting I don't like about this photo. I can't place my finger on it. They're like in the shade, but something. there goes phone pocket. I do that all the time myself. I forget to tell people to put their phones in their back pocket. And then you're like looking back at your photos like, dang, this was such a posh photo, and then womp. Oh, maybe that was the problem. I didn't do the camera. Oh no, that didn't really. I hate those phone pockets. Yeah, they like, and it's easy to forget too. Like, you get into the moment of shooting and you just like, you just totally not think about it, you know? And until you get home, you're like, dang, I totally forgot. The bright light on the ground is competing for attention. That's probably what it is. They also, like, they're not lit very well themselves. It's like something about the shade is not good. The focus is off too. What happened to the focus? See, y'all, this is why I don't shoot continuous autofocus. I'm telling y'all, everyone's like, what? You do single point? You don't let the camera try to get the focus for you? No, I don't. Because half the time it's gonna miss. You don't use continuous autofocus? No, I don't. So this is, oh, is it raining? Wow. This is some standard natural light photographer. Like, this is why you don't shoot backlit. Like, don't, if you're a natural light photographer and you want to mainly use natural light, don't shoot backlit. Shoot from the side to get a little bit of back. But I know everyone's always like, oh my God, backlight, so don't do it. Unless you really know what you're doing, don't do it. Because like right now, so the back is blown all the way out, mainly because the photographer was trying to expose for the model here, which you have to do, obviously. But now it's like when you come to editing, you either have to turn down the background some, and now she's totally in shadow, and then yeah, I can select her and bring the shadows up, but it's only gonna do but so much. Like, I can only bring it back so much. Also, keep in mind that your lighting changes the colors. The way colors look change depending on how much light is. I mean, that's where colors come from in the first place. Like, there are no colors without light. The reason we see colors is because of light. So, like, I would have tried my best to shoot this from like a side angle at least, so I still have some lighting on my model rather than me fighting the light. Or again, you use a flash or a reflector, and that's when you start getting into like the artificial light range. So again, what I'm talking about is if you only want to be a natural light photographer, you have to be very careful about backlight. It's not that it's bad, you just have to really understand it and what you're doing with it, because it changes everything. It's not as easy to just be like, yeah, let's backlight it. Dope. That's fine. I'll keep that crop actually. Backlight is nuclear. Yeah, it's definitely, it's one of those, you gotta really know what to do. Man, it looks, you be shooting some cool stuff. nice shot. Debating if I want to get a lighting kit. Yeah, and lighting is one of those things where, like, you know, it just makes the session become more, you know, you gotta be carrying lights or have someone else to carry the lights for you. There's a lot of different things for it. So again, you just have to pick how you want to shoot and then kind of go from there. And realize that there's certain types of shots you can't really do depending on what style of photography you're doing, like natural light versus artificial. And you have to know what works best for kind of each style as well. And that's the biggest thing. People be trying to take shots, and it's like, there's certain pictures you just can't take. Like, you need a flash. This is what it is. I want to shoot natural light, then work with the light you have, but work with it. Don't just be out there taking shots because you want to take them. Oh wow, got that nice splash. This is black and white. Yeah, this is black and white. Lightroom be mad fun. Yeah, we be in there. Beautiful shot. This is probably black and white as well. I just like the contrast. You know, I actually, the more I edit, golden hour, the more I actually don't like it. I don't think I like the color. Like for this shot specifically, I would have rather just blacked and white it and had the contrast and stuff. I notice you usually don't touch the clarity. Do you ever turn it down a bit, especially for older people? No, so generally clarity, and a lot of times I have it around 14 or 4, somewhere in that range. Clarity I tend to use if I'm doing like detail shots or something. So like a ring shot or something that's like still life, I usually crank the clarity up a little bit for that, but you know, I don't do too much of it. I fight the light. But see, all these photos, this is exactly what I was talking about. They're not directly backlit. This one kind of is, but again, there's little things to understand about the light as well, but they're all kind of lit from the side a little bit. Like there's some light coming onto our subjects more so we're not just fighting the light directly. Like we're not shooting straight into the light. How often do you use flash indoors? I pretty much don't until the reception time of a wedding. Sometimes I have to use flash indoors while people are getting ready, but I really would just rather not. So I try my best not to if I don't have to. But again, you know, if it starts getting real dark, like you have to use your better judgment and just be like, I need flash. Oh, this is a hard one. It looks like the shadows were like half and half. So they're not in shadows, or excuse me, they're in shadows, and then them here are not in shadows. So I guess what I could do is I could break the brush out and we'll just brush these two people here. Okay, and then we're going to warm them up to try and match a little bit. Turn the overall warmth of the whole photo down. Yeah. There we go. Hello from the beach. Had to catch the magenta man. Hey, I just got back from the beach actually. I got sunburned, it hurts. Oh wait, Thaddeus, did you submit? I think we just did your photos. Was it this one? Yeah. Is this Javier? Yep, it's Javier again. I can I'm starting to see your style, which is cool. There's a very specific way you shoot. There's our before and after. I'm happy with that. Were you using flash on these? Or did you just expose for the sky? No flash? Yeah, okay, so explosion for the sky. Nice. Oops. Where you got that one spot where the shade is just perfect. This is a cool shot. Usually with shots like this, I like to give them like a 16:9. Black and white, yeah. Dope shot. This is cool. The dynamic range is Sony. Same thing here. I kind of want to black and white this one as well. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one a lot actually. It's looking like we need some magenta. This would probably work as black and white as well, but I think color is good for it. Cute. That missed focus? It looks like it. There's our before and after. We probably warm it up a little bit. Oh my goodness. Too many black and whites. I love black and white. I can't help myself. It's so good. I'm about to black and white this one. About to do a black and white stream. The only photos will be black and white. The next stream about to be the editing Javier's photos stream. Cute shot. That's black and white. I'm gonna skip this one. Gotta do an interview. He stay work. I mean, yeah, I don't even be shooting that much. Warm this back up. A little too much. This is also black and white. Usually when there's like action shots like this, depending on how they're laid out, I feel like black and white tends to work better for them. It just gives you some more like emotion and stuff. What do you specifically look for when you decide on black? Oh yeah, that's what. So I was basically answering that. But yeah, like action shots where something's happening and it's not even, I don't know, it makes it feel a little bit more candid. Also, certain close-ups feel a little bit more intimate. And then also I'm looking for like contrast in the photos. So like with this photo, like it was just so much blue going on that I feel like the photo doesn't really have much impact as just blue. Like the people are here, but they stand out much more in black and white. So it just worked better. Or like here you have like the shadows and stuff. It works a little bit better. It makes it have a little bit more feeling. At least that's what it feels like to me. Like there's much more feeling. Like this one, it just feels right to be black and white. This one was also another like definite black and white. But yeah, definitely action shots like this where it's just kind of candid moments. Like even I have a shot that I recently did at a wedding. Yeah, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this picture here. It's like the same thing. When it's like a candid moment or something happening, I don't know, it just feels better black and white. The contrast and stuff really plays well with it as well. Do you trust Lightroom auto exposure? I do not. I've tried it a couple of times. I don't know, it just ends up not working out. This thing is cool, but see, even like this, I don't know, it's just like light and texture, black and white. It's gonna work better as a black and white. These are always hard shots because it's not lined up correctly to really get the feeling across. That's the only thing kind of missing here in this photo, I think. Link said I submitted 25. That's like the majority of the photos. Good old Manhattan Bridge. I miss this area. So again, this is another classic natural light photographer trying to shoot. Like, they're in the shade at least, so that's good, but the background is totally overexposed because they're trying to expose for the people. and like you just can't. So this is another case where you would black and white it just to try and like save the photo. But yeah, white balance is all off. The exposure is all over the place. You can't really save it. Oh my goodness, thank you for that super chat. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name because I butcher everything. Also, this thing is just not, this is not straight. And I mean, I guess I can select the subject. Again with the roast, I'm so sorry. And you gave me a super chat. I failed my job as a photographer. But yeah, it's not horrible. But this is what I was talking about earlier with shooting backlit as a natural light photographer. That's why, again, as a natural light photographer, you have to be careful with backlit photos. Because more times than not, unless you really know what you're doing, I feel like it ends up being more of a problem than it does being a good photo. So yeah, this is gonna black and white just for the case that like it's the only way to save the photo. Because now it doesn't look totally overblown and like obviously it's a little hot, but I did subject select and brought the sky back. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not horrible. It's a great shot. I love this area. I used to go there all the time. It's like an easy place to shoot at. Also, so it looks like they were doing their ceremony here. So for this, you couldn't do anything. This is a great shot. I love how wide you made it. Again, this is what I was talking about with wide shots in context. You see what's happening. You can immediately be like, oh, cool. This pretty much is the officiant, so they're getting married. They got, you know, friends, family, guests, someone with them. Cool. You know what's happening. Oh my goodness, this white balance. I salute the zoom with your feet, magenta man. Your edits are amazing. I watch you all the time, and I have my third wedding shoot planned for the... Yes, let's go. Great job. Last pic I took, there was the proposal where you couldn't see what was happening. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm prepared to get my photos roasted again. Oh. But yeah, this would also work better as black and white. Because it like draws your attention away from the fact that the background is so like blasted out. And, you know, like, yeah, I can select the sky. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And, you know, I can save the sky, but it's obviously it's blown out. So like there is no saving it. All there is like bringing it down just a tad. I like it in black and white better. Cause yeah, the colors on blown out photos, just like, it's just not. Cute shots though, good stuff. I did subject select and invert it and it looked great. Oh, cool. Yo, I cannot believe how much the skyline has changed in this area. Like, this building, that's crazy, yo. I think they had just started building it when I moved away from New York. Building, so yeah, it like blocks the whole, like, look, you can't even get a good view of the Manhattan Bridge no more. It's just like, hey, nah, ruin the skyline, thanks, bro. Lived in NYC my whole life. Nice. Yeah, I've lived there long enough to say I know something about New York, but not to claim being a New Yorker. Because I was there for 10 years. And I worked in the city. Lived in Astoria for a hot minute. Good times. I definitely miss it. Great shot. Did we miss focus? Y'all, so I'm gonna do a course for y'all about shooting single point autofocus and getting away from this continuous autofocus be hurting y'all. Like, either the photographer was too close or it was continuous autofocus. Tricking you. Look at it. Totally missed. This is off. I think what's the focus on the hat? Yeah, like the focus is way down here. Because that's what continuous autofocus is gonna do. As in, everyone's always you don't use continuous autofocus? You don't use face tracking? You don't? No, I don't, because it's the same as people will sit around and give people an attitude that they don't shoot manual. And they're like, oh, you shoot in auto, but then they'll shoot in autofocus. Like, autofocus to help you find the focus, I get it. It makes sense, but continuous autofocus is the same as shooting in auto, in my opinion. Because you're not choosing what you want to do. When you shoot in manual and you're picking your exposure manually, you're choosing what you want to do with the photo. The same as when I use autofocus and I do single point, I'm choosing where the point is. I'm saying I want it to focus here and nowhere else. Right there. That's it. Whereas like everyone else wants to use continuous autofocus and then stupidness like this happens. Where it focuses on the hat. Great job. The subject of the photo is gone. So we black and white it, so hopefully you can't see. You know, like, that's our only option. Because our focus was missed. It's a great shot. And you can't really tell, unless you're really all up on it, pixel peeping, like, it's passable. But yeah, continuous gets you here, where the hat is the focus. Like, you can clearly see this is definitely in focus. And I get that it's easier, I get it, but if you're in a studio setting, yes, use continuous face autofocus, that's fine. Because it's easy. Your model's not moving much, they're in front of you, you pretty much aimed at their face. But if you're shooting portraits and you're walking around, you're outside, or engagements or weddings, single point. I could sit here and go through like the majority of these photos, y'all, missed focus. Everybody missed focus. I'm telling you, I'm about to do a focus course. There we go. Much better. No, Lightroom, what are you doing? No. Great shot. What is this, Canon? Yeah, looks good. Trying to help y'all hit these focus shots. I have my camera set up as a AEF plus back button single point. I miss focus all the time. Yeah, and that's one of those big things where it's like, why am I missing the focus? And there's a lot of different factors. It's not as easy as just being like, oh yeah. Like, there can be a lot of factors, and I think what's happening to a lot of photographers nowadays is the biggest factor is their camera, and that shouldn't be the case. And that's why everyone's running around, what's a better camera? Which one has better focus? Just choose where you want your focus to be. See, that's what he said. Choose your focus. Single point. Right there. Focus there. Single point. That's what we want. Not the whole thing is trying to focus. It just, it's too much, you know? Stupid. I'm sorry, yo. That was the corniest joke I made today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry y'all had to hear that. I am a father of 4. So dad jokes come naturally. John, I have a feeling like the highlights of my shots of my Sony and your preset are a little too high. Is there any way how to turn them down? The highlights? So I know my preset turns the highlights all the way down. You can see it here. Like it literally eats the highlights alive. So I'm not sure. It sounds like you're just overexposing your photos, but I would have to see it to give you a better idea. So this one is camera shake, because you see the shutters at 1/100 and at f11. What was this, auto? This f-stop could have come way down and it would have helped, because then the shutter could have been higher. Maybe turn down exposure. Yes, it's probably either overexposed or yeah, it's probably either overexposed or either how you're editing. But yeah, again, I would have to see a photo. Well, just use single point continuous autofocus. You still move the point to where you want it, but the following of the, I don't know. Well, yeah, there's a time and place for continuous autofocus, but that's not all the time. That's the biggest thing. So like well, even then I don't do single point, but what I'll do is I'll do zone. So if I have like a bride or groom walking in, then I'll do zone, pick my zone, and then continuous autofocus. But see, that's very different than people just like hope that their camera's gonna catch the focus. Whereas for me doing that, I know exactly what's happening. I'm like, okay, camera, I want you to do continuous because there's gonna be a person walking straight in at me. So you keep the focus so I don't have to keep trying to refocus every 5 seconds. But if I'm just taking photos of people, I'd rather refocus every 5 seconds, not sit there and hope that it catches it. I want me to focus right as I take the shot, rather than just like having the camera have to sit there the whole time like So usually I would black and white this because the focus is missed, or the focus was fine, I guess. It's camera shake, but we'll edit it for editing's sake. Whoa, look at this magenta. I wanted to add more magenta, but I can't because it was already all the way up. Why was it like that? Was that how this photo was taken? Wow. The camera was like, I need magenta. I need more. What is that meme from it's one of the newer Star Wars where Kylo Ren is like, more. It's like cranking up the magenta. Actually, yeah, it does need more magenta. Can't even get there. We can't even get there. We are gonna have to black and white it. There's no other option. Oh no, these settings, y'all. The great shot's a cool location, but the settings are like, they're unfortunate because they're not helping the situation. This is spot on about autofocus. I preach that all the time to people who swear their camera gets everything in focus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's just interesting to me. It's interesting to me how people will harp on someone like, oh, you don't shoot in manual, but then use full autofocus, like continuous full autofocus. It's like, but it's the same thing. You're letting your camera do all the work. At least with single point, I'm saying, hey, here it is, and then I focus. All it's doing for me is moving the lens. You know, like that's the closest you can get to manual aside from using the lens. So you would think the main attitude would be, well, if I want to shoot manual for exposure, I would also want to shoot as close to manual for autofocus as well, or shoot manual. I don't shoot manual focus, but I mean, I know people who do, and they're beastie. I didn't notice that would have any impact. Tried it. Do you use zone focus on your portraits too, or single point? Usually single point for portraits. So pretty much all day, I'm just in single. The only time I change to continuous is if people are walking towards me or away from me. And that's it. Zone, continuous, or single. I don't use zone and I don't use face. I don't do any of that stuff. The only time I've ever used face continuous is if I'm doing just like a portrait. So it's like just me and a model. It's convenient for that because then I don't have to move the point all the way because I know the only thing I'm focusing on is the model and I want their face. So it's like pretty obvious. But anything else, single point all the time. My ADD has 45 single autofocus points. I usually set it to area I want to focus and it works, but sometimes I think it's off. Yeah, it probably is off. And again, depending, like when you only count on your camera, then you get into stuff like it depends on the speed of the camera and, you know, stuff like that. So, wow, how is this? It was that dark? It must have been. Wow, yo, I wish I could add more magenta, but I can't. Okay, so it wasn't so shaky, but it's super grainy. What camera is this? Okay, it's a Rebel T7. So that makes a little bit more sense. It probably is an auto, which is why the settings are kind of wonko. But it's not horrible. I'm surprised it's so grainy, but I guess it was dark overall, because it's a decent shot. That shutter speed is scary though. Hey John, just joined the live again. Struggling with keeping my photos sharp with my X-T3. Any advice? Sorry if I missed. I mean, it's funny you come in and ask that. It might literally be what we were just talking about with continuous autofocus. Because I hear a lot about that where people say the photos aren't sharp or they're missing. And I don't think it's the camera. It might be how you're focusing and or your settings. Can't believe I missed some of the classes already. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Cool shot. Nope. I struggled with my X-T3 for a while, but definitely make sure you're either using single or continuous autofocus. Yep, I use tracking when it makes sense and single point when it makes sense. I think too many photographers are learning photography from people who primarily shoot video. True, that's very true. Because yeah, continuous autofocus, that's like a video thing. And see, that's my point. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. That's a video thing. You only need focus right as you take the shot, really. Again, I be doing the tried and true focus and recompose. That's what I would take it to the old school. I be doing it for real. It works, you know, like there's no point in changing it. Look at that glorious magenta. Look at how the whole photo just changes when you add that magenta. See, that's what I meant by blown out face. Blown out face? You're talking about this one here? That's blown out to you? Cause yeah, like the highlights are all the way down. Do you just not like how the highlights look? Cause there's no other way. It seems to lose some range, even if the highlights are all the way down. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand. Maybe it's just Lightroom. The detail in the highlights are lost. Yeah, I don't know. They don't really seem blown out to me. I mean, I guess I see what you mean, how it's kind of like bright like that. Cool photo. This is off topic, but I have been shooting weddings for about a year and wanted to know what kind of GoPro mount you use. So the GoPro mount I use is like a book bag or a backpack mount. It's supposed to go on the straps of a book bag, and I just strap it onto my double holster for my camera. Great photo. It's dark, but it should be able to be saved. With that dynamic range. Oh, it's part of the preset and I love it. Oh, you're just saying like with some of your photos, the highlights are just kind of too much. Great shot. This is an engagement, I'm guessing. Yeah. Again, this is that like weird angle-ish. You can see a little bit more here though. Is that guy squatting back there? Is that what you're talking about? Did you notice that? Or are we talking about this? That's the only thing about the preset that I would change to decrease the highlights. Not the proposal. Who's this? Is that a person? Is that guy squatting back there? Who, this guy? I like didn't even see that at all. I like didn't see it. Let's see if Lightroom can handle this. It's not gonna be able to. That's passable. You gotta really look at it to tell that it was messed with. Beautiful shot. That's a great location. Oh, this is Fuji with that new 33. New 33 so good. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. So good. The guy in the back. Oh, Ellis. Oh, this is you. Yeah, this is a great shot. Hey. Preston's in the house. Y'all. Mangum Code, that's my videographer. He be doing my full wedding day videos. Give him some love. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Look at 33 so good. Oops. What have I done? Yeah, stop that boy down to F2. Look how sharp that thing is. Yes, Fuji lens is so good. We're gonna export this one right now. It's that good. We need to see it. Where am I exporting? YouTube, live stream, new folder in July. Boom. Full res 300. Let me move it there so y'all can see it. Screen set to standard. Open in exposure 7. Boom. Thank you so much. Oh, I can't see you. Hold on. So this is how I do my sharpening. If y'all seen it before, I do my sharpening in a separate program. Thank you so much. I know you're gassing up the glass, but I feel gassed up. I mean, this is a beautiful shot because the angle is good. And again, context. It's wide enough for context. There's enough happening that you can see it. You know, you're like, look at this couple. Cool. This boy rocking his cowboy boots. He got his cowboy hat. Dope. They in the desert or something. Awesome. You know, it looks good. It's sharp. Stopping down just a bit made sense because this thing is tack sharp. Look at that chromatic aberration though. Oh no, I guess it's only a little bit. So I add my sharpening and grain onto it. It gives me a tiny bit more contrast. Get it nice and sharp. Oh, you can't really see the before and after. That's fine. Yeah, this looks great. The lighting on it's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I should be able to just copy the settings. Yeah. Magenta's a little heavy. I have a bad habit of doing that though. Do you usually sharpen a whole wedding album in exposure? I do. Beautiful shot. We can pull back some because they're being directly lit. So, okay, here's a great example of what I was talking about, y'all. So, natural light photography, right? You can tell they're just outside. So this is kind of side lit. It's a little bit backlit. The light's kind of everywhere here. But in this shot, he chose to face them towards the sun. And I'm assuming the sun was too much. But a shot like this works where their eyes are closed because now they're not going to get blasted out by the sun. But now they're in direct light, so you're working with the light. You're not fighting it no more. And that's why something like this works for natural light. Then the background's not totally blown out either because you have direct light on them. It's good. It looks good. He's in a bit of shadow, but it's fine. He has the hat. It's okay. It's good. Great stuff. Let's see if auto will it flatten that out. It's not flat. Constrain the crop, and then we're gonna crop in a bit. With these flat lays, you have to really make sure that you get the photo straight, because if not, they end up looking kind of weird. It's hard to pull off sometimes. Exactly my thought process. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get them in the light and have them close their eyes, because if not, they're gonna be squinting. So yeah, this works. Also just bought the Magmod Mag Sphere yesterday, and it's fire. Yeah, it's so good. I'm surprised. I'm still surprised that I'm not sponsored by them, but you know, it's whatever. I don't care. It's a good tool. I use it at every wedding. It's totally worth. Here's our before and after. Off topic, when you did BTS videos for your weddings, were brides impressed with your skills that it made their decision to hire you easier? Yes, it definitely does help. It makes the process of booking a little bit easier, mainly because, and this is just the YouTube channel in general, but people, they get to see me, you know, they get to know me. So when I have my like first consultation with them, it's less of like, who is this guy who's gonna be at my wedding, and more just questions and things about, you know, like little things I provide for them, because they already basically see me working. Magenta man turning to gas station man. Those were great. Those were great photos. That was good stuff. And that's not even gassing up. Those were clean. Beautiful shot. Shot with a good old 56. I love how many Fuji folks be coming through. So much Fuji love. Great shot as well. This was a wide lens, yeah, 24. What is this? It's just like bike rack. So first off, this Dutch tilt gotta go somewhere. We gotta. The problem is we lose like half the shot. Yeah, she's gonna get cropped way off at the leg. So we're gonna have to see if Photoshop can help us out here, because we can't lose that much of the photo. It's gonna be way too much. Let's try to save that sky a little bit, I guess. Oops. Let's see if we can. Wow, yo, Lightroom's gotten so good at that. I cannot get over it. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty good overall. Okay, let's see if we can save this photo. Edit in Photoshop. This version of Lightroom may require the Photoshop Camera Raw plugin in version for full compatibility. Please update Camera Raw. Is it not updated? What is it, using like an old version of Photoshop? Oh goodness, it just opened up the whole screen. All right, so we're just gonna come in here, draw in those sections, and we want to fill. And it should just bloop. There it goes. It should be able to handle these corners just fine. Yeah. This is a little obvious, but it's not so bad. Mine did the same thing. Open the Creative Cloud and force update Camera Raw. Huh. Look at how good that is. Okay, let's see how it handles this. That'll be the real question. But now that we have this side, we can go back and crop it if we need to. Wow. That's almost scary. I mean, I guess it didn't really need too much to fix it. There. You see how much better this photo looks? Sorry, it scrolls so fast. Now that it doesn't have that Dutch tilt on it, you see that? Y'all see how cool that? You see how great this photo looks? Y'all see how broken Dutch tilt is? Can we stop? Can we stop Dutch tilting? Can we all turn on the level on our cameras if we're using a mirrorless camera and stop Dutch tilting, please? Cause look, look, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look with your eyes and see the tragedy that is Dutch tilt. The CN Tower photo is mine. Is it the focus? I'm not sure why some photos aren't fully focused even if they look like they are. The CN Tower? Was that the that was this one way back up here? This one here? Well, yeah, inside your camera, they're probably gonna look like they're in focus. But it depends. If you're in continuous autofocus, that could be half of it. And that's why I don't like continuous autofocus. It could be your camera is sitting there kind of thinking about it. Or again, sometimes if you do the focus, the focus and recompose, you may have moved just a little bit. All it takes is a tiny bit, especially as far as you were shooting for this. Just a tiny bit of movement will throw it off. So it could have been anything. There's a lot of different factors. But yeah, so there we go, y'all. No more Dutch tilt. No more. Straight photos. Straight horizons. None of this. None of this. And you saw how I was able to save that inside of Photoshop? It's possible. No more Dutch tilt. Cool photo. This was Fuji again. It's kind of blue hour, so it's kind of dark. Thanks for the advice. No problem. Well, that works. I kind of like this shot, how they're just sitting here like that. I don't know why I like it, but it's cool. Maybe because it's different. This might be black and white. Yeah. Again, it's just like a contrast thing. There's just so many lines in contrast that this just looks like it makes more sense in black and white than in color. Cute shot. White balance is gonna be not fun for this one, but let's see. Yeah, this is one of those shots that probably should have been done with a flash. Because the white balance is so wonko too, it makes more sense to do it black and white. Give you that classy wedding feel. solid headshot. Hey man, thoughts on natural fields for C1? I mean, it works good. I like it. I made it. I don't know. The thoughts are good. I think it works out well. I was surprised at how well I was able to get it working. Cute shot. There's our before and after. Let me fix this. I just meant I don't recall it on your website. Will you ever be? Oh yeah, it's out now. Yeah, I just released it. I released it a couple weeks ago actually. Yeah, I did my last live stream. I used it and Capture One, and it was good. I've never successfully used sepia. Same. I've never really tried to. Maybe I'll go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know sepia. Hey, Phil. He did a mentor session with me a while back. Is this XT3? Yeah. Cute photo. The lighting's a little rough here, but it works out. There's our before and after. Ah, there we go. Nice, here's a sports shot. So good. How's 2023 looking for you? Lots of weddings? It's kind of half and half. Still kind of planning my 2023 out actually too. Maybe we should make those greens more green. Quintessential sports photo. I guess I can make that a little bit more red. Yeah. There we go. But yeah, holding down YouTube and weddings is rough, so I'm not taking as many weddings as I normally do. That blue hour is rough sometimes. This is such a cute photo. Is that the same session? Yeah. Or is it? Yeah, they had an outfit change. This could work both in color and black and white, so let's hit both to see what they look like. Raise the shadows because she's kind of backlit since there's a window here on the right, bringing in that light. What y'all think? Black and white? Color? I think I prefer the black and white. They're both good though. I grabbed it. I've waited forever. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you got it now because I released it a while ago, but it wasn't right. Then I had to re-release it, and it's good. Color this time. Yeah, it's a close tie. As y'all see, I tend to lean towards black and white anyway, so that's usually where I'm gonna go. That's all the photos, y'all. I did that in 2.5 hours. How crazy. See if I can pick some of my favorites. It's always hard choosing favorites. Obviously y'all know it's already this one here. This is the shot of the whole. This is the winning first prize. So good. Yeah, I'm surprised I finished so quickly. Usually when I pick my photos too, it's photos that like they just hit me. They hit me the right way. Okay, let's see. So first let's do all of our horizontal photos. Actually, I really like this one too. Y'all, this is good stuff. Yeah, all my favorite these will be all the horizontal photos I like. They all stood out to me. I love these super wide shots like this. About to start shooting wide more often. Okay, let's export these and look at the final. I haven't been keeping up recently, clearly. When are you doing this again? Got a few bangers. Yeah! I usually do it every Friday, like the last Friday of the month. So I don't schedule it out until maybe like 2 weeks before. And then within that time is when I start taking submissions. So keep an eye on my Instagram. Keep an eye on the Natural Fills Instagram. And also here on YouTube. Yeah, this cow shot's so good. This is like, yo, that GFX 50. That goes hard. But yeah, again, I do all my sharpening at the last stage. I also add grain. So especially my black and whites, there's much more contrast added and much more grain. Y'all see how much bigger? It's like, this is a normal photo, and this is a GFX photo. This is great. This lighting is so good. Is there 2 lights here? Like, is he backlit as well? Like a hair light? I can't tell. Oh, this black and white goes so hard. Great stuff, y'all. And then I'm also gonna pick my favorite vertical shots as well. Stayed up till 2 a.m. That's crazy. Y'all need to go to sleep. I'm tired. I'm trying to go to sleep right now, and it's like midday. Wow, yeah, all those GFX 50 shots. See, now y'all got me. I'm gonna start taking photos with my GFX more often. Hello, I submitted through your IG link a few days ago and it didn't show up. It probably was a JPEG. The photos need to be raw photos, not JPEGs. Let's see vertical shots. This was the one I fixed, right? Yeah, and this one. All the vertical shots are black and white. Like, all I want are black and white photos. Now I want to get a GFX. They're so good. I need to start shooting my GFX 100S more often. It's so good. I couldn't submit this time, but I learned so much from these. That's awesome. I'm glad you enjoy the live streams. Let's export these real quick. Great shot. Yeah, this is so good. Love this shot. Good stuff, y'all. So fun, so good. Yeah, remember too, like, a lot of these shots that I like, if your information is on the photos enough that I can find you on Instagram, you'll probably get hit up by either Natural Fills or me to like feature your photo on the page. So keep that in mind if you hear from me on IG. My goal is that top 5. Thanks for critiquing my photo. Yeah, no problem. Thank you all for submitting about your preset, and I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, y'all. That's it for today. This is actually perfect timing because, again, I have a client meeting coming up soon. So this gives me just enough time to actually eat and prepare for this client meeting I have coming up, which will be awesome. But yeah, these are all great shots. They're so clean, too. Good stuff, y'all. Hey, John, love your work. They're awesome, man. I learned a lot from your channel. Thank you so much. Do you send the photos back to the creators? I don't. I haven't figured out a way to do that at all. Maybe I'll start printing photos. Maybe I'll like get my favorite photo and I'll print it and I'll sign it and I'll ship it to y'all or something. That'd be kind of cool. Thank you very much for all the information shared. No problem. Thank you all for hanging out. Yeah. Oh, here goes this thing again, sticking in the frame. Let's see. There. Yeah, that would maybe I'll do that. The thing is though, if I do that and I start printing out photos and signing them and sending them to you all, I would need to get more information from people. So like, unless I was able to get in contact with you, I wouldn't really be able to do that. But that would be kind of cool actually. To get like a signed copy in the mail. Also, it's nice if you haven't printed your work before, you should print your work. It's kind of nice. I like seeing I have all my pictures here behind me and stuff. It looks really cool. But yeah, I'm gonna head out now. I'm gonna prepare for this meeting with this client. You know, we gotta keep on booking for the next year. But thank you all again for hanging out. I hope you like these live streams. I'll keep doing them. This year is the first year I haven't missed a month yet. So I've been doing really good. So I want to keep them up. I'm going to keep editing these photos for you all and just kind of hanging out and everything. Again, if you didn't see in the chat, I have my bot dropping links to sign up. I have courses coming out, and the first one's going to be on Lightroom. Oh, Amanda, thank you so much for that super. Thank you all. Thank you so much. But yeah, I have a course coming out. It's kind of like intro to Lightroom. It's from the beginning to the end of a workflow of importing all the way to exporting and delivering to your client. So again, I really want to start helping out everyone, giving you all more education for getting you started in your business and hitting all different kind of areas. Also, I want to start working on some more stuff for the channel just in general. But I'll talk about that later. Again, thanks for hanging out, y'all. And I will catch you next time.